All right, Shalom. Welcome to another edition of GMS Tell It Like It Is, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to y'all, to the elders of and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to all your brothers out there on the highways and byways, all across America and around the world that's pushing this word diligently, sincerely, and faithfully. Now, today's topic is that we're just we're we're this close. We're just this close. And I got a couple of scriptures. I'm gonna hit on, the times that we're living in, you know what I mean? You see these prophecies coming to pass. You see, North Korea, all these other nations rising up, you know. You see, earthquakes and famines in diverse places, you know what I mean? We're in those times. We're in the time where Yahweh Shai is about to come back to reclaim his kingdom and to and to reclaim his elect, you know what I mean? His men, you know? And I got a couple of scriptures right here that I'm going to start off with. I'm going to start off with the book of Matthew's I'm going to start off with the book of Matthew's 24 and 2. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered them and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. You see, that's what our Lord Yahweh Shai warned us about 2,000 years ago, and now we're living in those times right now. Back in the regeneration, we see these signs. We see, North Korea rising up, and Iran rising up, and all these other nations rising up against America. Saying that taught in proverb. So let's continue. Then shall, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be of offenders, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You know what I mean? We're living in those times now. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody, there's no more brotherly love, like they say, you know what I mean? It's not like how it was, years ago, you know what I mean? Now everything's all worse, Everybody's all thinking about themselves, nobody trusts one another, It's just every man for himself right now, Now you see the love of many waxing cold, You got the divorce rate at an all-time high. You got crime at an all-time high, Everything is high, you know what I mean? And pretty soon it's going to get higher. And I got another precept here that I'll bring out. We're going to go to the book of Revelations, the 12th chapter and the 12th verse. And it says, "Therefore rejoice ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he got but a short time." Just like, a couple of weeks ago, that, the U.S. government, this government preparing for an EMP attack, an EMP attack drill, Why are they doing that? Because they know that's going to take place. They know that event is going to take place in the near future, So that's why they're preparing, and they're getting themselves ready, stocked up for martial law. Now, what is an EMP? An EMP is an electromagnetic pulse. And what it does, it just shuts down all matters of electricity. All matters of current electricity, which means your car won't work. Your phone won't work. Nothing in your house basically won't work. You won't have no running water. Your food will get spoiled because the refrigeration requires electricity. Everything that we live off in this society is based upon electricity. It's based upon electricity and our survival. And once that's cut off, pretty much your livelihood is done. You can't get access. You don't have access to your money. All you have access is all the money that you probably might have access to is what's in your pocket. And that would be even worthless, Because they're getting ready to do away with this dollar bill and institute the RFID microchip. So that's a way of them, pulling the rug from under your feet, And to have every, U.S. citizen in this country to receive that microchip. Not just in this country, but around the world, To receive that RFID microchip. And that's what's coming. And Esau's going to initiate that attack, mark my word, in the near future. They're just not doing these drills for nothing. They're doing it for a reason. And that's that's to take away your livelihood and have you to receive that RFID microchip. And we're living in those times. Because he knows that he got but a short time. And we're just right there at the door. And for you jakes that want to lollygag and want to play around and, take this as a joke, you're in for a big surprise. And it's not a good one neither. I got another precept. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." Now, what does that mean? Now, when we're out there on the streets, we're telling, Israel, to get right, to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, know your true nationality, know your true identity, and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. But what do they say? They wave their hand, they say, that's not going to happen. Oh, well, I want mines now, I can't wait on the Lord, I want it now. Or I'll just wait, and to see what happens first. I got to see it to believe it. That's what they say. Then while that's happening, while you in your ignorance, the years are drawing, nigh. You know what I mean? Now when you finally see these things coming to pass and you see these things happening, then that's when you want to jump back in. But it don't work like that. You're already out. Once you hear this word and this word resonates with you, now is the time to get in. Now is the time to get right. It's to get right now. Once you hear this word, once we're out there on the highways or byways or whatever, if we're on YouTube or whatever outlet, social media outlet that we're on, and you hear this word, you got to take heed to this word, you got to immediately, sink your teeth in this word and get this word in you and get right. Not just, not waiting, 5 or another year, or tomorrow, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know the future, So once you hear this word, you got to get into this word immediately. You know what I mean? And I'm going to continue. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, and in the day when the keepers of the household tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out their windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, and when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up to the voice of thy bird, and all the daughters of music shall be barked low. And we're living in that time right now. Everything is just barked low. You know what I mean? There's hardly any work out there. You know what I mean? The grinders is ceasing. And we're coming in that time. You know what I mean? Where Yahweh Shai is going to claim his kingdom. And from now things are just going to get worse. You know what I mean? It's just like that woman when she's in travail with a child. You know what I mean? When she goes through those phases of those birth pains, of those pains and pains, they only increase. You know what I mean? They only increase, and those pains do not stop until that baby is brought forth. You know what I mean? So right now we're feeling those pains, and these are the pains that I'm reading about. The grind is ceasing. You know what I mean? There's no work. Music being brought low. Nation rising against nation. Kingdom against kingdom. Wars or rumors of wars, pestilences, earthquakes, famines in diverse places. You know what I mean? Those are those birth pains. And those pains are just only going to increase, and they don't stop until, you know what I mean? Until the Lord, who is Yahweh Shai, comes to reclaim his kingdom. And I got another precept too. Bear with me 1 second. Found it. So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto him, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, and Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Let me start at 7. Alright, 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 7. Then answered I said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of thy first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Yeah, so there you go right there. Because right now we're at the end of Esau's kingdom. You know what I mean? We're on the rising of Jacob's kingdom, which is Israel. You know what I mean? It's the kingdom of Israel. And that kingdom is going to last forever. So we're in those periods right now. We're feeling those birth pains right now. The birth of the kingdom of heaven, which is Israel, the kingdom of Israel. And of that kingdom shall be no end. You know what I mean? So we're in those times right now, and that's what you're seeing around the world with all these rumors of worlds and all these famines and earthquakes in diverse places. Those are just the birth pains of the kingdom that's yet to come, which is the kingdom of Israel. And I got a precept, another precept that I'm going to end with. And it's going to be Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. You know what I mean? And it's not talking about all Israel, because 2/3 of Israel are going to be put to death on this side and come back through the elect, and 1/3 on the other side in the kingdom. You know what I mean? So that's what it's talking about, that Jacob shall be saved out of it, which is the elect. You know? Verse 8, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break the yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bounds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve the Lord thy God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord. Neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return home, and shall be at rest, and none shall make him afraid. So there you go right now. You know what I mean? Once we get brought back into the kingdom, you know what I mean? We're not going to be afraid no more. We're going to be at peace, everlasting peace. And with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders, apostles, a great millstone that rule well. Salutations to y'all brothers out there on the highways and byways around the world that's teaching this word diligently and faithfully. And with that, I'm going to say shalom. Shalom.